Hey there, it's Lenny McGill with the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop here, of course, in the Nashville studios today. And you know what? A couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, we introduced the tactical thumb rest for the full-size Glocks. And it was a big hit. Still is a big hit. We sell a ton of these things because it really makes a big difference when you're shooting, with that offhand to, have like a thumb pedal, a rest to actually push that gun and maintain the recoil and the muzzle flip and all that stuff. And everybody kept calling and emailing and texting and saying, hey, is that available for the Glock 43X? And at that time, no. The answer was no, it wasn't available. Not yet, but they're working on it. And now it's available. Let me show you the installation on the G43X. This is a battlefield green G43X. I'm going to go ahead and drop the magazine. It's empty. That's a good sign, right? I'm going to look inside. It, of course, is empty too. Pull the trigger in a safe direction, and now I can actually work on this gun. Now, to install the thumb rest, you don't need to take the slide off. In fact, it's kind of recommended you don't, because this piece, the way it locks in, it actually locks up the actual slide lock or takedown lever. And so the slide won't go on properly if you have this installed. So basically what you do is you just take the pin out, and this is actually a replacement pin with the pedal, the thumb rest, kind of manufactured as one piece. So here's how it works. You take your punch and you just go ahead and take out this pin, and I'm going to use the metal side of this and just tap it out. Boom, just that easy. That came out good. Sometimes they're a little bit tougher, but that one came right out. Perfect, right? Now, here's the thumb rest. And this is how easy it is. It's going to tuck itself, this little tab right here. See if we can get in close. This little tab right here is going to tuck itself under the slide lock. So it kind of locks the slide lock up a little bit, so it won't come down. So when you want to take the slide off, you have to take this off. But it's pretty simple, as you see. I just went ahead and did that. I'm going to go ahead and drop the pin straight back in. And sometimes I'm going to see a little resistance on the slide stop, because that has a spring in it, okay, and it's kind of held in place by the pin that I just knocked out. So now when I go to put the new pin in, it's like, oh, well, okay, it's there. So sometimes, you don't have a whole lot of play with this thing when the slide's on. Sometimes you're just going to use your punch to kind of get it, over top of that resistance. Because it's already has the slide on, the piece is basically in place, but like I said, there's a spring there, so it kind of moved just a little bit. But hopefully I can just tap it in place here. I'm going to use the nylon side of this so I don't mar it up a little bit. And there, I just defeated it, just like that. So sometimes it's not going to go in right with your hands. Just give it a tap, and it's going to get over top of that. Remember, the pins have little notches in them, right? And that's where the spring rests. Once I knock that out, that slide stop spring kind of pushes it up just a little bit. I mean, tiny bit. So when I push it in by hand, basically it hits it. And so, normally if I had the slide off, I could manipulate the slide stop and make it, kind of line up and get all aligned. But again, because the slide's on it, it hits it just a little bit, okay, just a tiny. And so by hitting it with a hammer, I'm just defeating it. I'm pushing it straight over top. And I'm going to go ahead and finish it right now. And make sure it's lined up properly with that slide lock hole. It's the slot under the slide lock itself. It taps in just like that. And there it is. This version that they did for the carry gun is a little bit longer and a little thinner than the 1917 option. But it's the same concept. They've also rounded the edges just a little bit, make it a little bit more ergonomic on your finger. But I'm telling you what, this thing makes a huge difference, especially with this kind of gun here. Of course, our tungsten guide rod, the extra weight of the guide rod, the dead weight underneath really helps reduce the felt recoil on the muzzle flip. But this allows you to mechanically hold it down, all right? And that's what the difference is. So even with the tungsten guide rod, this thing makes a big difference. One thing it really does is it really promotes the proper grip, because you want to be up in this spot right here with your thumb anyways. Again, I like to think of my thumbs as my pointing concept as well. I'm pointing at the target with my thumbs. So, for a real fast and quick and kind of close-in shooting, you're just putting the gun out there. I don't need to look at the sights. I put the sights, in front of my face, and I know that, hey, at combat distances, I know I'm going to be, pretty accurate, especially if I get up here and I get those sights right in front of my face, right in front of my eyes. It's going to go exactly where I'm looking. And again, my thumbs are pointing right at the target as well. So that's one of the things this thing does. It does promote a really nice combat, perfect grip there that you want to do. And again, it's now available for the 43X. So for all of you who've been asking and all of you who've been texting, it's now available. Thank you for waiting, and thanks for your patience, and thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the GlockStore YouTube channel. If you want, please subscribe, and there's a whole bunch more coming, and a whole bunch more that I've done, all 25 years worth right here on YouTube. So thanks for watching here at the GlockStore in Nashville, Tennessee. If you're ever in Nashville, I invite you to drop by. We're just 2 miles from the airport. Got an amazing facility, an outstanding, awesome shooting room. Okay, it's called the Shoot 270 Experience. And you can test all this stuff. Say, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about that, that thumb rest. Can I try it out? Sure you can. Come on in and try it out. And you'll see what a difference it makes for you. Thanks for watching. I'm Lenny McGill. We'll see you next time.